Well, let's see.
These are the reasons why we love Catherine.
Because she's a princess.
She's a mom.
She's a really good driver.
That's a lie.
This one time, whenever we went to Nashville for Disney Princesses on Ice, crossing in the crosswalk, like totally had the right of way. And Catherine just decides that it's her time to go. So she just starts honking her horn and trying to hit this poor person. Just
why are you in my way?
Seriously?
Oh my goodness.
We should do a demonstration for driving.
Okay, she has 2 speeds. Fast and stop. And you definitely know when she's putting on the brakes. Because she'll about go out the windshield.
She'll be like this.
And your seatbelt locks up. It's great.
She also is super smooth turner. You don't even, you just, it's so smooth.
Go that way. Okay, what else?
Well, should we get serious? How long is this gonna be?
Okay, so on a serious note, we're gonna miss you, Princess.
I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Okay, we're gonna tell a story in parentheses because when it's in parentheses, she can't hear us. Okay, so one time, okay, when we went to go see Disney on Ice, we got turned around for some reason. She drove us through the airport.
We had to go through the airport. We had to get the little ticket thing to go. Then you go to the park, and we had to drive around and turn around, and then give them back our little ticket thing for our little
30 seconds that we were okay, close parentheses, okay?
Don't worry, Catherine, we weren't talking about you or anything.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what else.
I don't know. I'm gonna miss her. It's not gonna be the same without her little passive-aggressive bossiness.
Yeah. Seriously?
Seriously.
I mean, she's hilarious. That's what she... I mean, she's just great. I love her to death.
She's one of my best friends. I'm not gonna cry.
Okay, then don't.
Because I love her. But really, we're gonna miss you, Catherine. And you know, sometimes you just have those people in your life that you can communicate with just a look, so.
So, fortunately for me, in my college career, I had the wonderful opportunity to room with Seth Tennant. And of the many wonderful adventures we had in our room, the one that just sticks with me so much is the pranks that we played on each other when we were sleeping. Me and Seth shared a chemistry class together, and he would come into the room at 2 o'clock in the morning and be like, Josh, wake up, you're going to be late to class. And I would jump up and go to run and take a shower before, you know, and I would get in the shower and I'd come back and he'd be laying in bed and I'd be like, Seth, what are you doing? He's like, Josh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. But the greatest one, I had stayed out really late till like 3 o'clock one morning, came in, I crawled into bed, and I always used to sleep with my alarm clock right beside my head. So I set my alarm clock, looked at it, it was 3 o'clock. I laid down, Seth was already sleeping under me, we were on bunk beds. I was on the top bunk, and I laid down, and then all of a sudden I hear, "Hoy!" I sit straight up in bed, and Seth, I go, What's the matter? And I'm leaning over and I'm looking at him, and he's asleep on the bottom bunk. And he goes, something about a horse, and rolls over in the middle of the night. It was 15 minutes after I had already laid down, so I know he was sleeping, talking. And there's so many wonderful adventures like that we had. Seth Tennant is whenever someone asks me, what do you think of when someone says a brother in Christ, I think of Seth Tennant. He's always been there for me. He's a person that helped me through so much in my life. And he understands and he gets, what it means to be a Christian and how to apply it to your everyday life. That's Seth Tennant to me. And I don't know how I'm going to get through next year without him. It's a really big task, but I know if I call him, he'll always be there to talk to. I'm going to miss you, buddy. Shannon Cheatham. The first thing I'd like to say is... Excuse me. Sorry. I'm not feeling well today. The first thing I want to say about Shannon Cheatham is the first time I ever met her. She was ditzy, and she was crazy. And I remember talking to Seth about her and telling her herself that I thought she was the craziest person I've ever met in my life. But looking back on her now, she was probably one of the most sane people I've ever met in my life. Whether it was hard times or easy times, she was just as crazy as she ever was. She's always been there to make me cookies or invite me over to hang out or watch a movie. She's cooked me supper countless times, and I'm gonna miss her. She's always just been there. I've been her backup boyfriend for as long as I've been in college. Whenever Seth couldn't make it something, I was there, and she supported me in everything that I do. And I'm really, really gonna miss her, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without her. Goodbye, Shannon.
So, I'm here to talk about Sarah, and I met Sarah when I was a senior in high school. She was a freshman, and she started coming to Gardner, and we just really hit it off and became good friends. And then I talked to her about where I wanted to go to college, and I wasn't for sure, and then I decided on UTM, and she helped me get all my classes together, and she helped correct some of the classes because I was going to take a heavy load, and she was like, no, don't do that. And so she really helped me out. And freshman year was a very busy year, and we were all active in the student center and just had a lot of fun. I remember me, her, Ashley Barber, Aaron, and Natalie, we would eat lunch together a lot, and it's kind of ironic that her and Aaron hit it off, and they're dating now, and we just became all really good, all close, and then we did a lot with retreat, and we were doing the ministries here at the Student Center, video scavenger hunts. We had a lot of good talks, serious talks, a lot of laughs, cries. She's given me a lot of advice, and I'm very thankful for that, and I hope I helped her out a little too. Now we are roommates, and I couldn't ask for a better roommate. She's one of my best friends, and I'm lucky to have a good Christian example like Sarah. And I'm really going to miss you, and I wish you good luck and the very best in your future endeavors. Love you.
Sarah Billingsby. Well, she first came on my radar a couple years ago. We were doing the student center was doing a scavenger hunt, and I did not want to participate. I didn't feel good, you know. So I just thought I'd show up and see the end results at the end of the day, and I showed up, and everybody was not done yet. So I sat down outside, and Sarah said, "Hey, why don't you come watch us do our stuff? Watch us make our video." I said, "Okay." And we watched. They had a big old time, and I decided, there's something about this Sarah girl. So the next time I saw her, she was in the cafeteria in the food court, and she was by herself, and I thought, it's make a move time. So I went over there and said, "Hey, what you doing? Have it eaten here, you know?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "I can eat with you if you want, if you don't want to eat by yourself." And she said, "Oh, I'm eating with friends and stuff." I was like, "Okay." It was a slight backtrack, but I got back at the retreat the next retreat. I spent a lot of time with her. Of course, she's oblivious to me being interested, but everybody else knew. But Sarah's not always keen to the obvious. So, let's see. So by the taping of this video, let's see, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 2 years and a half we've been together, and it's been a great 2.5 years, and she's finally getting out of here and going on to better things, and she'll do awesome. Before me and Sarah even started dating, I had kidney stones, and I was in the hospital, and I was drugged up on painkillers, and the only person I could think of to pick me up at the time was Sarah, even though we hadn't even started dating yet, but I needed somebody to pick me up, and she did, and I acted crazy the whole time. We went to Angel Ross's house we're just hanging out, and I was eating beef jerky, and I had two pieces of beef jerky in my hand, and I just started busting out laughing for no reason. I was just in awe of it. And then first, one of them looked like Nevada, and that made me laugh first. I said, "Oh, this piece of jerky looks like Nevada," and everybody thought it was hilarious. And then I started laughing again. I had two in my hand. I was like, "I don't know which one I want to eat first." I was out of it. I hardly remember what was going on that night. I remember going places. I remember them watching a movie, but everything else is just a blur. And how she put up with me before that, I don't know. It was a crazy night.